I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend.
Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy.
Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Welcome back to another episode of The Rush. As always, I'm Danny Frey. On this week, we have highlights from last Friday night's football home opener against Charleston, as well as the soccer team's contests versus Southeast. The volleyball team took on a very talented Springfield High squad Tuesday night. Also, the girls swimming and diving team participated in the Capital City Classic over the weekend. You're tuned in to The Rush, so of course we have loads of other features. So as the Times look to beat Lincoln, let's start the program. Let's bring in Tyler Brown, a defensive back and wide receiver for the Times. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. I mean, it's always a joy to come and talk to you, Dan.
That's right. That's what hopefully everyone says to me. But what did you think, Charleston coming in? You knew that they lost a lot last year, but they had 14 players inactive. The rumor was suspension.
Yeah, well, I mean, hearing 14 guys out is never good, and you hope that it's not suspensions for anything too bad, but hearing 14 players kind of takes a load off our shoulders, thinking that they said they had young quarterback coming in, younger guys going to be playing in that game. Easier for us to prepare.
Yeah, and Charleston at 1-1. Let's take a look at the highlight. They just lost a week before to Massac County. Let's take a look at the highlight. They just lost Massac County snapped like a 10-game losing streak against Charleston. They lost a lot from last year. Times barely won this game 42-41, but in this game here this week, defensive line, Forrest Sexton, right off the bat, picks up the sack on freshman quarterback Ridge Boyer.
I mean, they've done a great job all year, preparing in the off-season, preparing during the season, and they're just killing it.
And also killing it there, Aaron Merrifield, a nice run there on the counter. And then Benitez rolls out. Him and Daniel Helm have really been finding connection. Really sort of a mismatch there with the defensive back. And Daniel reaches over, catches a 10-yard touchdown pass. Plumwood quickly up 7-0.
I wouldn't say there's a good matchup for Daniel.
Just too tall, pretty much.
Too big, too fast.
Fourth down, the first quarter. Titans defense is able to give the Titans great field position. They're on fourth down. Austin Bell, number 91, picks up the stop. And then right as the quarter ends, right as the quarter expires, 8-yard touchdown pass to Daniel Helm, who dives in.
Doing what he does best, scoring touchdowns.
14-0. He had 3 in this game. Now Tyler DeRozier coming back after a minor knee injury, blows up the play. Clark Gayden causes the fumble. He scoops and he ends up scoring the touchdown. What is it having Tyler DeRozier back out there after being gone for 2 weeks?
Oh, I mean, it's huge having him back because he's the main part of our offense and our defense, and he's a big motivational guy too.
You guys can throw anyone in there really in that stable of running backs. Number 24, Damian Blake, twirling for a first down there. And then right here, Tyler, catch that pass, 8-yard touchdown pass. How'd you feel there as your first touchdown receiving?
It felt great to get in the end zone, but I was a little woozy getting up.
That's right, you were pretty good. It was a little bit getting up. And then later on, after a kickoff, it's fumbled by Charleston, and then scores 35-0, make it 42-0 after a 27-yard bomb to Daniel Helm. Titans cruise in this one, 42-7. Benitez 7 for 11, 93 yards. Daniel Helm 4 receptions, 66 yards. Here's some post-game sound.
When you grow up with guys like this, and it's just so great to be back, man. Playing with your brothers is it's a different feeling you just can't describe. All I can think of is what knee problem. I'm so excited to be back, man. I love playing with my teammates. It's awesome to be back, man.
Yeah, the offensive line has actually been pretty good when it comes to pass protection compared to past years. So credit to them. They're doing an excellent job there. And Matt had some time, and he was able to read the defense and get us the ball. To be honest, I feel like we should be able to rely all year on good defense. this new defensive philosophy is awesome. I'm loving it. So D-line is cracking people. So it should be a lot of fun as the year progresses.
1, 2, 3,
Now, Tyler, you started last year as a defensive back, and this year you moved on to the offensive side of the ball, became a wide receiver. How have you liked that transition to be a wideout?
Well, I mean, it's always fun to be out there hitting people, but getting the ball in your hands is a lot of fun too, and making plays, trying to get in the end zone. I like being on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, how does it feel that you're contributing? Sometimes it's a little bit of you don't get much of a break time from one side to the other.
I mean, it's tiring, but when you're in the middle of the game, you don't worry about being tired too much. You worry about going out there and playing for the guys on your team.
How has the season started for you so far, you think?
I think it started off really well. I mean, we didn't know how we'd transition from last year to this year since we lost a lot of seniors.
McAdams going to Maponitis, so whole new offensive line. They're starting to get adjusted now.
They're doing a lot better, and Matt's done a great job this year coming in, filling in those shoes for Miles.
Yeah, it's easy to find a guy like Daniel Helm as well. Now, the Lincoln Rail Splitters, not traditionally known as a football power, but you guys have they gave you guys a little bit of a game last year at the beginning, a little tough defensively at the beginning. They're big guys up front, and that's about what Lincoln brings to the team.
Yeah, they're big up front, but not especially talented on the outside. We just got to come and hit them in the mouth early and hopefully come out on top.
Yeah, they're bringing back senior quarterback Austin Cruz. He's about their main offensive weapon that you guys will have to worry about on the defensive side of the ball. But defensively-wise, you guys have just been flat out solid.
Hopefully we can keep it going.
That's right. Well, hey, I hope so too, Tyler. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
The football Titans travel up to Lincoln tonight to face the Railers. Kickoff's at 7 o'clock. This Tuesday, the Glowman boys soccer team battled the Southeast club that was able to hang with the Titans in the early going. Let's take a look at the highlights now. The Titans and the Spartans. Glowman got off to a slow start in this game. Southeast was able to load the box defensively, and the Titans' original style couldn't quite work. Blake Danhold, a good idea, but broken up by Southeast defender. Here, Michael Giovanelli, number 7, tripped up, and Trevor Dowell's shot goes off of the goal post, and another try saved by the Southeast goalkeeper, Nathan Welch. And here, set up beautifully to Noah Johnson with the header, and here another corner kick. Brock Tober here, able to shoot it up, but able to finish it there is number 8, Noah Johnson, picking up another goal early going. Titans up 3-0. The floodgates really opened late in the first half. It seemed like it was almost goal after goal. Danhold ends up kicking the ball out here to Brock Tober, the junior. Shifty moves. He ends up with the goal. And on in the second half, after a Southeast foul, Luke Rechtenwall knocks in the free kick for the goal. Titans won 6-0 over the Southeast Spartans in a CS8 tilt. Brock Tober 2 goals, Blake Danhold a goal and an assist. The Soccer Titans host Morden tomorrow at 3 o'clock in a non-conference matchup. The boys and girls cross-country teams went to the hilly course at Lincoln Park with high hopes for the Lanphier Invite. Let's see how they perform, starting with the boys. Take a look at the boys' results at Lincoln Park. The Lanphier Invite, Grant Kaiser, a time of 15:52. He finished 5th. Him and Landon Skelly neck and neck, 15:57. It's part of that pack method that Coach Garber is teaching this season. And for the girls, Demi Dixon finishing 9th overall. Kirsten Knight right behind her. Again, the Titans finishing as a pack. Demi Dixon with a time of 19:17. The girls varsity team placed 2nd out of 16 teams in the Lanphier Invite, while the varsity boys took 3rd place out of 18 schools. Now both teams are heading up to Detweiler Park in Peoria for the PND Invite Saturday. Now let's break for the first time of the show. When we come back, the Rush will have swimming and volleyball highlights. Don't touch that remote. Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set.
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot. Get out of here.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
The Lady Titans swimming and diving team is 2 meets into the season and already posting some solid times in the pool. Now joining me as a guest anchor is Glenwood senior swimmer Tia Van Fleet. Tia, thanks for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, Danny.
So how's the season started? You guys already have a record in 200 free. Already kind of broke it a couple times. We'll go over that later as well. But roughly how do you think the season started? You know, it's your senior year. It's about what you expected?
Well, I don't know if it's exactly what I expected, but it's starting off pretty well for sure.
And let's take a look at how you girls did as a team. Let's take a look at the highlights right now. And this was over at the Capital City Classic. And let's take a look at the highlights here. Transparent mode now up to full tilt there. You guys are getting ready. Tia, you started with a time here in the 100 freestyle, 102.59. What's going through your mind like a race like this?
Well, right now I'm just kind of thinking for the 100, I'm thinking just sprint it out, make sure I keep kicking and keep swimming as fast as I can, because people would think that it's not exactly a sprint, but the 100 is definitely a pretty...
What about the 50? Is that more of a sprint? By the way, you got a 102.59 first in the heat in the 100, but in the 50, you ended up with 28.20. That really is a sprint. And Yana Meadows, how difficult is the butterfly? She finished 5th at the time of 122.
Well, according to me, on like the hardness scale of butterfly, on a 1 to 10, the butterfly's about a 20 for me. But
wow,
so yeah, Yana is definitely improving. Her technique is very strong.
Talk about the sprint and the freestyle. This is the marathon. Ellen Kostick, sophomore, 500-yard freestyle, time of 5:32.03. That's just a long race, especially to keep yourself in.
It definitely is. Ellen is definitely our distance swimmer for sure. She does really well with that.
And now here's the record breaker, the 200-yard freestyle relay. You guys with a time of 1:46.06 broke it again. Ellen Kostick leading it off. Talk about your guys' teamwork.
Well, before we get up on the block, we all like to kind of get in a group huddle and make sure we all like encourage each other, tell each other techniques we need to work on and times we want to achieve.
Glenwood ended up finishing 5th out of 11 teams in the invite. Springfield took 1st with a score of 313.5. And Tia, what have you guys been working on in practice? Some of those techniques and maybe race strategies. What's going on there?
Well, in practice we work a lot on kicking, we work a lot on stroke technique for sure. Streamline is a crucial part, flip turns, all that stuff.
Now streamline, what do you mean by streamline?
Well, streamline is like our undulation. We have to keep our hands together and make sure we kick. It's right after the flip turn when you're staying underwater and trying to get up.
I see, you just threw in another word I didn't know, undulation. But that's why we brought you here though and everything. But how are you guys working to keep your team score up and everything? Is you have 5th in that, but there's a very competitive Capital City invite and Capital City Classic. But how have you guys been working together as a team to get your score up?
We work together as a team, and right before after every practice, we have like a group huddle, like I said before, and make sure we talk about it. We also have this year dry land, which is something new. We come after school. We have morning practice, and then after school we come and work on stuff outside of the pool, actually, like core workouts, and we always make sure we encourage each other.
So it all combines into one.
Exactly.
Well, that's insight I wouldn't have known before. But Tia, thanks for coming on. Good luck on the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me, Danny.
Yep. The next swim meet is Monday, September 23rd against Jacksonville Route Catholic. The Glenwood volleyball team, they're still looking to hit their stride. They had their work cut out for them Tuesday night as they hosted the top team in the CS8, the Springfield Lady Senators, led by outside hitter Courtney Pence. She's heading to ISU. Let's take a look at the highlights. Springfield High coming in, very solid team. They just beat Jacksonville in a tournament. I believe they are undefeated. SHS to serve out of the gate. This one blocked though by Tosina Denny. She's heading to Connecticut. She's back after having knee problems and sitting out for a couple weeks. Sammy Long to serve here. Dig by SHS's libero, Maddie O. And here Courtney Pence sends it over. Eventually, Katie Hudson able to send it back. But here, what Springfield was able to do, they were to knock it over and cause Glenwood mistakes. That would pretty much describe the game here. Titans couldn't quite send that back, so it's a Senator point early on. Springfield took game one, 25-15. Springfield serve here. Kate Reljic sets up Tosi, but Madeline McCarty with the block for Springfield. Springfield's size and skill really helped them throughout this game, sort of wear out the Titans. O with the serve. Sammy Long able to set up Sadie Stone, who had 8 kills, one of those right there. The Titans fought, but it just really wasn't enough. Here's another Springfield High serve. Denny able to bop it over, and Addie Fitch able to reject it there, but late resurgence by the Lady Titans not enough. Springfield High takes the game 25-22 in the second set, win 2-0. 8 kills for Sadie Stone, 8 assists for Kate Reljic. The volleyball team's next game is Tuesday at Southeast at 7 o'clock. The girls tennis team played last Friday night against Lanphier. Here's how the match ended up shaking out against the Lanphier Lions. Titans ended up winning 9-0. Peyton Cole won her matches 6-1, 6-1. Nina Prabhu had a match in her second game, but won 6-1, 7-5. The annual Titan Tennis Invite is tomorrow beginning at 8:30 here at GHS. The Glenwood girls golf team teed off Tuesday at Piper Glen against SHG in Rochester. Let's take a look at the team results right now. After this is a 9-hole game, so the top 4 scores combined. SHG won with a score of 177, low score wins. Glenwood in third out of the 3 with a score of 224. After playing 9 holes, Gracie McCall led the Lady Titans with a score of 52. The girls hit the greens again Monday at Piper Glen at 4 o'clock against SHG Auburn and Lincoln. It's time once again for Eric Burklow's Pigskin Picks. Which bold predictions has Eric come up with this time around?
Hey, this is Eric Burklow. Welcome to my Week 3 picks. Let's get this thing rolling. My first game is Indianapolis at San Francisco. I think San Francisco will win. Indianapolis is pretty sloppy against Miami. I think it'll take a toll, and they had to go all the way to San Fran. That's why I got San Francisco winning. My next game is Green Bay at Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati. I think they'll take that momentum from that Pittsburgh game, and that's why Cincinnati will win, and their 7th-ranked defense can cause Aaron Rodgers some problems. So that's why I got Cincinnati. My next game is St. Louis over Dallas. I think Sam Bradford will have a big game on the 24th pass-ranked defense for Dallas, and Dallas can't run the ball so well. I think they were like 28th. My next game is Atlanta at Miami. I think Atlanta will win. I think Matt Ryan will have a big game against that 20th ranked Miami pass defense. And Miami can't run the ball. They were 4th to last and 28th. And my next game is Chicago at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's offense has some major issues right now. That's why I think they're going to lose. That's why I think they're going to be 0-3. They have the 7th worst run defense in the NFL, and that's why Chicago will win. And my upset game is Washington over Detroit. I think Washington will win game number 1. I think RG3 will have a big game on Detroit's defense. I think it'll be close, and I think that Arizona game will take its toll on Detroit. So that's why I got Washington.
Now let's take the last commercial break of the day. We'll be right back with the top 3 and weekly debate with SJR's Ryan Mahan and Jim Rupert. Stay right there.
State Farm discount double check guy.
Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Welcome back to The Rush. I'm Eric Burklow here. What the top three? Let's start with the countdown with the soccer game Tuesday night against Southeast. It's Noah Johnson with the header that put Glenwood up 2-0, and the Titans would cruise to a 6-0 win. Play number 2 at the football game Friday night versus Charleston. Matt Benias and Daniel Helm hooked up for 3 touchdowns on the night. Helm caught touchdown passes from 10 yards away and 8 yards away in the first quarter, and late in the second quarter off a 27-yard bomb from Matt Benias. The key connection propelled the Titans to a 42-7 win. And now the top player of Titan Sports is
Game here. Oh, what a block there. Fumble is loose. Picked up. There's DeRozier. He is in. Touchdown. Tied it, or maybe he was down.
That was Danny Frey telling off Bandy while broadcasting the Charleston game. Now here is what he is with the weekly debate.
All right, thanks, Eric. And just want to explain myself there. Mr. Bandy did continually, asking me. He was asking me if I wanted a sandwich from Jimmy John's, and I was just trying to broadcast the game, and maybe I didn't react like that. But Mr. Bandy and I are all cool, though. So you guys, thanks for coming on here. We have SJR sports editor Jim Rupert and CSA conference reporter Ryan Mahan. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Danny. And let's start here. Roop, on your radio show, I know that you're not a big fan of Theo Epstein, at least so far, and the Cubs, but do you believe that his plan will eventually lead them in the right direction, or is it just too late?
Danny, I want to believe it.
Yeah.
I want to buy into it. There's no blueprint for it. I want to see where it's worked before. Sure, it sounds really good. Let's gut the whole thing and start all over. The question is, will it eventually lead them back in the right direction? What's the right direction? They haven't won a World Series since 1908. They haven't played in the World Series since 1945.
Yeah.
The right direction, they got a long way to go to get to the right direction.
Oh, Ryan, I remember talking with you about this a little bit, throwing it out there. You think the Cubs actually would go in the right direction, maybe even a pennant race, and you are a Boston Red Sox fan, so you've seen some of Theo Epstein's work before.
I want to call it magic. I mean, there was no blueprint for how to win with the Red Sox before they won in 2004. 86 years for them, having to shake the curse of the Bambino. Now, having said that, Theo was given a much better team to begin with when he started in 2002 with the Red Sox. They already had some really good key pieces.
They almost have to bring everything in almost for the Cubs.
But there were some big pieces and some big moves that he had to make in 2003 and 2004 that set up a team that can, one, come back from a 3-0 deficit against the Yankees, and then two, pound the Cardinals in the World Series. It was a really tough decision having to trade Nomar Garciaparra to the Cubs, namely, in that summer at the trading deadline. They made a few moves, and they had a great pitching staff, and they had a good enough offense that was able to win. Can he do it in Chicago? Yeah. You know what? There's so much money there with all kinds of naming rights and everything.
Yeah.
Once they get to that point, the Cubs will have a lot more money to spend on players.
Because they always have that consistent fan base.
Than Boston does.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll go ahead here, go to another Chicago team. We'll go to the Bears, and I'm a Bears fan. Roop, you are, and everything. With Mark Trestman coming in, is his coaching ever going to change, the old Jay Cutler and his mistakes?
Jay Cutler's a gunslinger. Jay Cutler has a big arm, and Jay Cutler's going to use that big arm. What has to happen is if Mark Trestman can go out and block and keep him upright, then I think the Jay Cutler that made the playoffs with Denver, that was one of the highest regarded quarterbacks, then he can come back. But the biggest thing is they've got to be able to block, and you've got to be able to give Matt Forte the ball to run a little bit.
And I think Trestman sort of accepted that, where Levy almost didn't know who Matt Forte was, and now Trestman's actually working him in, and that Kyle Long pick helped out on the offensive line possibly too.
And both draft picks, Mills and Long on the same side of the line, really have made a difference this year. And I think Cutler may have been sacked once all season in 2 games. That's pretty
Yeah, and it would have been at least, well, maybe not double digits, but up there. Ryan, what do you think Coach Trustman has to do for good old Jay?
First of all, I love Jay Cutler, and I'm not a Bears fan.
I've seen you defending him before. 'Cause I am one of those quote-unquote haters of Jay Cutler. I just don't.
I love
has
Jay
the talent,
Cutler.
He's inconsistent.
In his career, he's been sacked over 200 times. I mean, first of all,
it has to be frustrating. I mean, yeah.
First of all, people always knock on his demeanor. How would you act if you were on your butt 200 times in your
Get
career?
rid of the ball faster.
Yeah.
4 of the 5 offensive linemen are new starters this year.
Yeah, and and with that going on, it all depends. Yeah, if he has time and out there, some of his decision-making skills it's still the whole Jay Cutler up there.
He's a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Mark Trestman made Rich Gannon an MVP, and if anybody can make Rich Gannon an MVP, Cutler could be a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Okay, let's go college football. Let's see. This will be the last question. What the most dedicated fan base in college football? Because when you think college football, you always think the crazy fans and the stadiums and all that. Roop, who do you have up there in one of the top tier?
Notre Dame Subway alumni. I think Notre Dame has probably the more wannabe fans than anybody else. But that notwithstanding Notre Dame, because if you're Catholic in the Midwest, you're going to be a Notre Dame fan whether you go there or not.
I'm the exception there. My dad's kind of said, no, don't be a Notre Dame fan. So I'm the one exception there.
You're influenced by the coaching staff here.
That's right. I do go.
But Nebraska's big time too. If you're in Nebraska, they don't have anything else in Nebraska except the Huskers.
Ryan,
I definitely thought Nebraska was the first thing I thought of.
And now he's facing a Bo Pelini's dealing with the Nebraska fan base leaving early, maybe.
You know what? That sort of thing will get those Nebraska fans to sort of come together and rally behind something. Even if it's someone, sometimes having something to sort of.
And when you think football, you got to think deep south of all those Clemsons, Alabama, and all that as well. Well, guys, thanks for coming on right there. Fun debate.
Thanks for having us, Danny.
All right. Another episode of The Rush is history. The football game is tonight in Lincoln at 7 o'clock. The Titan Tennis Invite, 8:30 tomorrow. Travel up to Peoria and support the Running Titans. That's it. We gone.